Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.
One last thing, just quickly, Teddy, let me get your Spence versus Porter breakdown. How do you see that fight?
I like Spence. I mean, I love Spence. I love him as a human being. I like Porter too as a human being. I like them both. These guys are out there thinking they gotta, do all outrageous behavior to sell a fight or to be better or to have an edge or to stand out. They just have to be fighters. I like that. I like that. I see a little transition in Porter where he's trying to box more now. He's getting a little longer in the tooth too. He's been around. His father's smart. He's trying to box more. He's trying to use his jab, use his legs, trying to box more. Than just be that force that just comes in there, with punches and with his head, Not purposely, but I mean, that's the style he fights. Don't be surprised you see cuts in this fight. Who knows? But I mean, Porter is, that junkyard dog that, that's how he started out. He comes and he brings his power, he brings his size, he brings his will, he brings his strength, his physical strength. The more I talk about him, I'm starting to think about Beterbiev. He comes. But now he's trying to box a little more. There's a need for that in his mind. And I don't know that coming forward or boxing will be enough with Spence. Because if he boxes, Spence is pretty damn versatile. You're not outboxing him. Garcia didn't. You're not outboxing. I know he was small, I get it. But you're not just outboxing. This is a guy who's an Olympian. This is a guy that is dimensional. This is a guy that is, he's tough. He goes to the body. He can be physical. He's a big welterweight. But he can be a lot of other things too. So if he brings the boxing game, he being Porter, I don't see him outboxing this guy. And if he brings the pressure game, just a guy coming forward, that junkyard dog, using his physical strength, this Spence can handle that. He can counterpunch, and he's pretty damn strong too, if you haven't noticed. I just see one guy in this fight. Again, I like both guys. I appreciate them for the people they are, but I see one guy. I see Spence. I don't see any place that Porter can say, I can win there. I can use my jab, I'll win there. He won't let you do that. All right, I'll go to the body, I'll come forward. He can do that too, and better, with other tricks to go with it. I like Spence.
Do you think body shots could end up stopping him?
Listen, both of these guys like to go downstairs. And as I used to say when I was actually broadcasting fights at ringside, put some water in the basement, Both of them like to do that. But Spence can do it in a more finesseful way, maybe a cleaner way if that's fair. But I think that Spence has the ability to hurt him to the chin and to the body. So both places, to be able to affect him. When you got a determined guy, a guy that's strong, going to the body does take some air out of that balloon. It's usually not a bad idea. History has shown us that. How many times have we seen guys that, boy, oh boy, they're granite up here, and then you bang them here, and all of a sudden, a little different.
Start looking fallible.
A little different. But it's, I see Spence. I like them both, as I said. And you don't count out a guy with the heart that Porter has, but I like Spence.
All right, hey, Teddy, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, and it's always great speaking to you as well. Teddy, thank you. Appreciate it. Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas.